So let's talk about what happens during the event. So finally, D-Day has arrived. You're well prepared. You're ready to execute a successful delivery on your event. Here's the day. You wake up that morning. If you're like me, you're going to have a shower, put on something smart. I like to actually pretend I'm going to a live event. So I'll choose my clothes according to that. I'll make sure I have a shave. I'll even put on aftershave and deodorant and goggle as though I'm going to talk to people live. It's part of my process, even for an online event. So first of all, doing your tech check and linking to live streaming is often overlooked and one of the most important things for online hosts to do. I'll provide a short overview. Lisa will be discussing this in great detail, and so I don't want to go too much into tech check. Do your tech check at least 30 minutes prior to your event with your support of your team and other speakers. Make sure there are no technical surprises. There's nothing more frustrating than signing up with something you're really excited about. You know the person knows their topic. You can't wait, and they spend most of the thing going, oh, I can't find it. Oh, where do I find this? We've all been through that right now. So that's the tech check. Live stream your event. Put linking to live streaming. Live streaming is a broadcast practice that brings audio and video to real-time happenings to viewers over the internet. Live streaming is becoming more and more popular every single minute in the professional world as it helps business and organizations to connect with their audience on a deeper level despite the barrier of physical location that we have at the moment. Ensure that you set up your links to your live streaming platform prior to the start of events and practice. And go back and check and refine over and over and over. Just before the event, admit and welcome your participants. Event introductions are very important to your overall presentation. They can also be very hard to get right. Get it wrong and you may lose your audience completely. So consider the following. Always start on time. It's very, very important. And if you're delayed in any way, tell people exactly why you're delayed. Explain to them that we've just heard that there was a traffic jam, or we've heard that there's load shedding in a particular area. Give them a reason why it is. And then get the greeting right. I can't stress how important it is. Anytime I live speak, particularly live speak, I like to make sure that I know my introduction. Those first 2 or 3 minutes, I know them like the back of my hand, because I know that if I get through those without a hiccup, the rest is just going to flow. You should be welcoming and thank the audience for your attention. And excuse me as I give a little cough there. Liesl is exceptionally good at that. Anyone who's attended these masterclasses will understand how enthusiastically she welcomes each and every one of us each time she starts it. Make sure you go over all the housekeeping. Remember to mute. Tell them how to find you on Speaker View. Tell them why they should stay. And then don't take too long over the introduction because you're going to lose people right there. Get it over quick, fast, and to the point. Now, keeping your audiences engaged is really important. It wouldn't be great if you could grab and hold your audience's attention throughout the whole event. Now, we know that people are going to drop off a little bit, they're going to wane a bit, but all the time what we're trying to do is through our slides, through our talking, through our change of inflection in our voice, is to keep you attached all the time. What if I told you I'm going to share 10 event presentation tips and all you have to do is watch till the end to get them? You all the time, you want to give the people something to do. But truth be told, I'm going to share a short fun video with you later on. So don't disappear because you're going to miss that video. So what we're looking for is these little hooks that are going to keep your audience engaged all the time. Very important to manage your time. One of the biggest challenges of hosting a successful event is to manage time properly. Time in an event is finite, and before you know it, the end of the event can be approaching and you may still have a lot to say. There's nothing more frustrating than watching someone shift through their slides really fast because they're trying to catch up because they haven't timed it properly. Plan properly. Best tips to maintain appropriate management in this case: plan properly. Agenda and structure for your presentation. Be flexible. Allow a little bit of time for technical glitches that may occur, and also questions and answers that might pop up that need to be answered at that particular time and not wait for the end. And then spend time rehearsing your presentation. Time yourself. Put on your monitor. Call in your kids. Call in the dog. My dad always used to say that he used to show his presentations to his dog, and if the dog was very happy, he'd jump up and he'd clap. And then people would ask him, what if he's unhappy? He said, well, then he'd roll on the ground. And how many times did he roll? Well, that depends how hard I kick him. Now, that's a joke, so don't get excited and don't start phoning the SPCA just right now. Divide up your time. On your outline, you should specify how long each main point would do. Put a little thing there about the name of the person who's going to say it. Put the amount of time that those people are going to speak for. You should also show your outline, when to distribute, when you're going to do your handouts, when you're going to add some video. Have all of that out there. And very important, use a clock. I've got one running up in the top left-hand corner of my slides all the time. It may seem obvious. Sometimes I like to show the clock to the audience so they can do it as well. And sometimes I make sure the clock is there for myself so I can keep a look on the time at that all the time. And stay engaged. Nothing is worse than a presenter who doesn't make eye contact or speaks in a monotone voice. It's difficult. I understand. We're looking at notes. My audience is detached from me. You have a camera. Look up at the camera. Glance down at your notes. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you what I have here in front of me. I have 2 screens open. My phone on front of me. I have an iPad so I can watch the chat. And pay attention to your body language. I remember once watching a presentation. A guy was giving an excellent presentation, but he kept picking something off the whole time while he was speaking. He kept pulling one ingrown hair that must have been driving him insane. It took me about 30 seconds and I switched off. I could not watch him pluck another whisker off his beard. Make sure your hands look natural, composed. I do use even my daughter laughs at me. I use my hands all the time. I gesticulate. But it's part of who I am. Stay connected with your audience to the event. Don't recite like a robot. Be natural. Get excited. Show some reservation, whatever it takes. Now that's where it's all about. So stay connected and keep an eye on the questions as well in case something comes up. I'm glancing across every now and again to say dad jokes aren't usually allowed, but thank you very much, Craig. I'll pretend that I'm looking at the face of my camera. Every one of us have these kind of little tricks that we do all the time. And then finally, the wrap up of the event is very important. Summarize the points, share the relevant links that you're going to do, and you'll see us do that a bit later on. Have an action step. Ask people to take an action after them. Tell them how to get hold of you. Another very important thing. I'll always finish off by telling people, here's my WhatsApp number, and please, I'll ask you once again, don't send me any voice notes. They drive me completely insane. And thank your audience for spending the time with you. I once had a guy come to me and said to me, why are you thanking us? We should be thanking you. Well, I appreciate the thanks that I get from you, but I appreciate the time and effort you've made to all be here and remain engaged. And then, of course, wish them a great day and week from there. So let's have a look. I'm going to call on Liesl right now, and she's going to talk you through the tech check, a very, very important part of during the event.